Hey, I'm Ronnie. Let's look at this house. This is a great example of a newer home in Lexington, 29072 zip code, that is priced at $465,000, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, a little over 3,100 square feet. I wanted to make this video because I think this gives a very good example of what you get for the price point of around $465,000 in Lexington, especially when you're looking at a newer built home. This was built in 2021. It has a great floor plan, and we're located in the neighborhood of Madison Park. Madison Park has sidewalks, it has a community pool, and a playground. You generally see a lot of families in this neighborhood. Off the entry, we have your office. This is actually a very large office. You can make this obviously a sitting room if you wanted to. You have some French doors for privacy and a view out there of the street. So you got some good natural light. Going back towards the main floor of the house here, we have a formal dining area. This house was built by Mungo. Mungo can build homes with details like coffered ceilings, archways, things of that nature. You have back here an interesting feature, which is a sunroom. Now, you might see a Mungo floor plan that's the same exact layout of this home, but there's a screened-in porch back here. If you get close enough in the beginning of the build stage for Mungo, you can maybe select something like this to be a screened-in porch rather than a sunroom. I love the sunroom feature because it gives you more living space on the inside of the home. You still have plenty of backyard and a patio area to enjoy the backyard. You have a big open living room right here. This house does have a gas fireplace. Kitchen, we have quartz countertops, tiled backsplash, obviously white backsplash, white cabinets. Pantry, good sized pantry. What you could do with something like this, I like what my clients did, where they put these boards on top of the wire racks to make it a little bit more sturdy. You could always add more shelves. I always point that out to clients when we're looking at houses. Try to utilize that space a little bit more. Lots of cabinets in this particular kitchen. The island has cabinets on the other side. So a good use of space. I will take you to the backyard and I'll take you to the garage once I do the upstairs. But again, I kind of want to just walk you through the floor plan first. You also have down here a powder room for guests. I love the green that they painted this powder room. I think it's really pretty. I do really like this floor plan. I think that you look at a lot of different builds and not all of them have the best floor plan. The builders almost are still trying to figure it out, but this is one of those floor plans that I do like. You have all bedrooms upstairs. So you have 4 bedrooms and you have a kind of bonus room, or it could be a second office over there. I'll take you to the primary first because the primary really is magnificent in this home. It is a big, big room, lots of natural light. You have a tray ceiling. And then when you come in, you have an additional sitting area over here. So this is what's nice. When they did that sunroom downstairs, that then allowed them to put this sitting area in the primary. So this is a really, really neat space to just be able to relax and unwind. I love how it's set up in here where they have a TV and some chairs for initial sitting area. Again, this is a really big room. The bathroom, though, is great. This bathroom is really pretty, beautiful tile work. And you have 2 vanities, 2 great walk-in closets, so his and hers, obviously. Good size for both. You have 1 vanity here, and then your shower is a walk-in shower. So no tub in here, but I'm starting to see people want tubs less and less these days, so I don't think it's a big deal that it doesn't have a tub. And then here is the other walk-in closet, and of course you have your water closet. So going back through the primary, I'll take you to the remaining bedrooms that are up here. So let's go to this neat little bonus room over here. This would be a great office, additional office, or it could be exactly how they have it set up here. You have a big TV, chairs, it's a good size room. You can make this a playroom. There's just a lot that you can do with this space. And then you have a loft area here, a closet. I'll go ahead and just show you that. So good sized closet as well. Now I have heard this particular floor plan is built sometimes where this area is actually a 5th bedroom. And that would be the closet for the bedroom. And there would be a wall here, making this, like I said, a 5th bedroom. I like this because you already have 4 bedrooms in this home. And then this is an additional kind of bonus room. So the 3 remaining bedrooms up here, here is one of them, a good sized room that actually has a nice walk-in closet as well with a built-in. So the builders aren't going to do the built-ins in the closets. This is something that happened after the fact that the owners moved in. But good size, spacious room. And then coming off here into the hallway. Down here we have the laundry room, which is a nice size. You have some cabinets as well. And then you have 2 additional bedrooms that share this bathroom. So this is also a good sized bedroom with good natural light. And it does have a bit of a walk-in closet as well. So then going back across the hall, we have the 4th and final bedroom. Again, good sized room, natural light. I like the way it's laid out because these 2 bedrooms share this bathroom, but then you have another bathroom down here, which is actually the largest of the shared bathrooms. This has 2 sinks, obviously, everything else you would need. So this bedroom has very close access to this bathroom. If you wanted to, you could have who's ever staying in this room right here also use the one down the hall. And then this bathroom could solely be used for guests when they stay in this room if this was a guest room. So you have a lot of options with this floor plan, which I really like. This is just a closet off the hallway. So you got your standard linen closet. Attic access right there. The common question I get in South Carolina is people talking about attic storage. It's not very common here, especially when you buy a new build like a Mungo or a Great Southern. They don't put a lot of storage area in there for you. You know, the truth is it gets so hot here in the summer that you're not going to really be storing anything anyways in there. Maybe I'll store some holiday decorations, a few bins, things that won't melt because it gets so hot in the attic. You do find storage, however, in the older homes. You can come across it, and those are, I don't know, in my opinion, a dime a dozen. But that is kind of the conversation I usually have with clients about attic storage. I love this sunroom. It is so peaceful. I don't know if it's just the way they have it set up, but it's very relaxing. And then looking at the living room again, I'll go ahead and take you guys to the backyard. But before that, I'll show you the garage. This is actually a deeper garage when it comes to new construction. You can fit 2 cars in here, but they also have a motorcycle. They have some storage back there. And then obviously these are the greatest things ever. I don't know if you have these, but I have them in my home. The racks that hang from the garage ceiling for extra storage. The new build garages aren't usually the biggest. They say they're 2-car garages. You can basically get 2 cars in here, usually with new build, but this is, I think this is kind of an exception because it's a little bit deeper, like I said. So they're able to get more in here, which is really nice and honestly a bonus of this house. And that's something as a buyer I would be keeping in mind, especially if you're looking at houses that have recently been built. This house is immaculate, by the way, extremely clean. I don't know how they keep it this clean. I wish my house looked this clean. Let me take you to the backyard. Storm door, which I always appreciate. You have a patio back here. Now, if you wanted to screen this in, that's something you could obviously do. You just want to go through the HOA and make sure that's okay. Good sized backyard. There are some plants towards the back, which I like because these are obviously going to grow and give you some more privacy. You know, Madison Park, the neighborhood that I'm in, it's not that old of a neighborhood. So a lot of the trees that have been planted have not really had a chance yet to completely flourish and obviously get really big to give you maximum amount of privacy. But Let me give you a shot of this backyard from the back corner. Now, I'm not all the way in the back. I'm almost there. This is what the backyard looks like. Good flat backyard. You have some good grading on the sides. You want to pay attention to that because you want to make sure that when water runs off, it's not going towards the house, it's going away from the house. And you can see that the grading is actually done really well here. And then the backyard obviously goes back down there towards the fence. So if you wanted to maybe utilize the space, you could, but I'd prefer the plants and all this to be able to grow in. So I say this is a very good example of a newer build community backyard and what you get. When you are looking at new construction or neighborhoods that were recently built, you really want to pay attention to the lots, because the builders are just going to build on the lots and completely maximize all the real estate they have in the development, meaning some lots are definitely better than others. I would say this is a good one simply because you have a nice flat backyard, you have some good grading, you have a good sized backyard compared to what you might get with some of these other communities that the builders build in. And even in this neighborhood, there might be a great house, but it's not sitting on a great lot, unfortunately. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions at all about the area, or you want to talk to me about different builders, the buying process, anything pertaining to real estate, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help.